My name's Travis Nooch. I run cattle and farm and do haying. So kind of a farmer rancher, I guess. We're kind of a custom backgrounding yard and feed yard, which means people send us cattle and we start them and feed them and grow them to a certain deal, or we put them out on pastures. That's about a 2,000 to 2,500 head deal. We do that in farming. We try to do most of the farming, just enough to raise feed for the cattle, and we do quite a bit of hay work for feed for the cattle and stuff. I got 2 hired guys that are mainly the cowboys and farm help, and their day usually starts about 4:30, and they'll get to the farm there and they'll get their horses fed and get them saddled up and get ready, and they go ride pastures on the outside cattle and look over that stuff before it gets real hot.
When it gets hot out, them cattle will go stand in the pond and it makes their hooves soft, and when they get out of the pond they'll step on the corner of a rock and they'll poke a hole in it and it'll fill full of dirt and it'll make an abscess or an infection, and then they're crippled and they can't walk and they can't eat, so we got to doctor them.
My day usually consists of getting moving about 5:30. I'll do a bunch of paperwork and stuff in the mornings, and then I'll usually get out about 6 or 6:30, and I make all the feed rations for the feed yard. I'll feed all the cattle and do all that stuff. Usually get done about 8 or so. By then, most of the time, the cowboys are back by then. They'll go through the yard and make any necessary pulls or do any doctoring of that sorts. And we might do some processing or anything if that allows. Right now it's July, and so it's hay season, and we'll when that's done, we hit the hay fields and we try to get all the prairie hay and alfalfa put up, and then you kind of work all day and you haul hay home. And here lately the weather and stuff hasn't allowed for us, so we're kind of late on things, so we're trying to work kind of around the clock to get caught up for lost time. And so here lately it's been kind of a 6 to 10:30 program for me here the last several weeks. Farming has to come first. It's a devotion deal. My family's very devoted to it. They understand the consequences of farming and ranching. It's not a very glamorous life. It's probably the most misunderstood lives probably out there anymore. There's a lot of misconceptions out there about farming and ranching, but it's a hard life, and it's not one to get very rich at all. In fact, you'll probably be very poor your whole life. But I think it's a very important job. We're in the food business. We make food, whether it's for animals or humans, and take that very seriously. And I wouldn't sell or do anything marketable on my farm that I wouldn't feed my own kids. And if it's good enough for my kids, I feel like it's good enough for the world. It's not very glamorous, but it's very rewarding, and it's heart-filled, and it's about as close to something real and pure as in this world that I can be, as far as I'm concerned.